Hello, my name is Megan Bellows with Firefly Business Group. We would like to introduce you to an ERP business solution called Acumatica that will help streamline processes by improving efficiency in your company. This video will focus on distribution solutions. Acumatica is a browser-based offering built specifically for a web environment that may also be deployed in an on-premise environment. Acumatica is supported by most any browser. It is a role-based business management solution that is easy to use. Data in Acumatica can be accessed from anywhere you have internet access, on a desktop computer, tablet, or smartphone. Acumatica will automatically adjust to accommodate to your device real estate. Acumatica is also easily configured by the end user. Everything you will see in this video is out-of-the-box functionality with no customization or third-party products. I will log in as the admin user, which has all rights within the system. It's a super user, so to speak. Acumatica being a role-based software, users would only have access to the screens and items necessary for them to perform their job. First, we will look at topics to highlight the ease of navigation and the user experience in Acumatica. These are workspaces, dashboards, individual user experience, filters, automation schedules, and universal search. Acumatica is broken down into workspaces or modules. These workspaces can be created and modified easily. Within the workspace, the menu tiles at the top are used for common operations or quick links, and menu items below list all other options. Menu tiles and items can be configured for each user. The menu items are separated into various categories. Some are consistent throughout the workspaces, like transactions, processes, and reports. Each workspace can be displayed with the full list of items or a quick menu containing a condensed and personalized list. Each user will have access to different workspaces and menu items based on roles and permissions. For example, an admin user has access to all items, while an AP clerk will only see items pertinent to their responsibilities. Acumatica also contains dashboards as a valuable tool. Dashboards are one central location where each employee can manage daily tasks and will enable them to do their job more effectively. Dashboards are designed around a user's role in the organization. For example, this is the controller dashboard. Dashboards contain live reports, so data is available in real time. They have drill-down capabilities that give actionable insight. For example, I can easily navigate to see which customers are 90 days overdue. Colors can be used to bring issues to your attention. So red would be something that needed immediate attention. Dashboards are easy to design and don't require a programmer. There are many types of dashboards for different roles within CRM, finance, distribution, field service, and projects. Workflow dashboards are also available, which are laid out as a flow chart. Each step in the workflow can be drilled into to complete the task. For example, if I click on the lead step, I would go to a screen to enter a new lead. Dashboards are made up of widgets, which can be edited and added to display useful information for the end user. To edit a dashboard, we click on Design. We can drop and drag widgets to move them. Widgets can be removed and added as well. I can delete something I don't want to see or add something new. There are 7 different types of widgets available, including chart, data, and KPI. Now I will highlight the Acumatica user experience. Being browser-based, menu items can be opened in multiple tabs or windows. Multiple screens for different tasks can be open at one time. The star icon on any tile or menu item is used to set favorites within Acumatica. If I hover, I can mark the star on any tile or menu item, and it's set to the favorites within Acumatica. Click on the favorites workspace. Using favorites, multiple menu items from various workspaces can be included in one screen. You see our new quote we added to the favorites. Now we will walk through features in the transaction screens. All transaction screens in Acumatica are laid out the same. The header or summary is at the top, the line items or details at the bottom. In the header, we notice some options at the top. Notes are header level notes. Acumatica being an integrated CRM product, this information is attached to the transaction for all users with proper permissions to access it. Next is activities, and this will capture emails sent from the transaction. So for example, the sales order confirmation sent from the order to the customer would automatically be stored here. Activities can also be tasks to other users in the company or events associated with the transaction. We also have files where we can attach files associated with the transaction, for example, a customer PO to their order, and these can be dragged and dropped into the transaction header. Last is notifications. This is used to send preset notifications and emails. You can define the conditions to send an email to internal or external recipients. The header also has drop-down options. Actions are processes within Acumatica, and it will only enable these actions that are available based on the status of the transaction, details, and user permissions. So you can see some are available and some are grayed out depending on these settings. We also have reports. This is where you would print forms from the transaction screen. So on an order, we see print the sales order or the quote. We look within our header, we have different options to look up data within Acumatica. If we click in this field, we can use F3, which will bring up a list of possible choices, or the magnifying glass option. Acumatica also has a type ahead. So if I'm in the field and I begin typing my customer name, it's going to show me all available options. And I can choose my customer. In the details section, we use the plus to add new line items. In the inventory ID field, again, you can use F3, type ahead, or the lookup. You can also import line items to an order from a customer PO spreadsheet, for example. If I click on upload, I can choose the file. Then I have to review the mapping and say okay, and it will pull in my line items from the file. The grid configuration is saved per user, so each person can see the data most useful to their daily responsibilities. So if we take a look at that, we can widen or narrow any column that's there. We can also change what we see. We click on the column configurator. We can move an item up in the list. We can take out an item or add one back in. And when we hit OK, it's going to save that for the user and always have the same display. Okay, we're also going to look at filters. So if we want to create our own filter, we can create a filter for bills that are ready for approval for payment. So if we go to the process screen, we see a list of items that are available for action. Filters can be added and saved to help when the same inquiry is used regularly, making the user experience even better. If I would like to see only bills over $20,000, I can add a filter to narrow down this list. The funnel icon is to create filters. So I can add a new filter for balance greater than $20,000. And then if I want to save this to have each time I use the system, I can name it. And it will always show when I come into process approved bills for payment. Next, we're going to look at automation schedules. Another helpful tool for processes are automation schedules. These can be used to schedule tasks ahead of time to run at a set interval based on specified criteria, so that you don't have to perform them manually. Automation schedules will allow you to run your business proactively. So if I want to prepare payments for AP bills on a regular basis, I can come into the process screen, choose my bills that are going to have a check payment, and then I click on the clock with the arrow icon, and that is our automation schedule setup. So I can add one, and within that you have a lot of different options. You can set when you want it to start. You have to set up the schedule that you want it to run, and then the conditions that you want the transactions to fit into in order for them to be part of the automation schedule. And this will define the items that will be included in the scheduled task. Okay, finally, we're going to look at universal search. So in this top search, I can type in any information or word, and Acumatica will look for that information. You can use this tool to search for most anything in the system. So if I type in active, anything with that word will show up. Menu items will show from any workspace within the system, or category links. Under transactions and profiles, this will display any data in the system, so it's very helpful for customer service. The user can quickly search using an invoice number or a phone number, for example. The help articles are very useful to users when training, and files are any uploaded files in the system. So if I go back to transactions and profiles, I can navigate to my customer active staffing service and drill down to the customer record. From here, I can perform actions, view inquiries, see sales history, or update customer settings. I can go to view the business account, which can be a customer, vendor, or employee, and this shows details from the front office or sales perspective, like opportunities and cases. If I go back to the customer record, this is the back office perspective and includes information that accounting would need to see, like payment methods and GL accounts. You can easily find a customer with just the phone number or other contact information. If customer service has someone on the phone, it's quick and easy to access the customer screen to better help them. That concludes overview and navigation in Acumatica. Users can access and use Acumatica anywhere they have a browser. As I've demonstrated, user experience can be easily personalized. Navigation is user-specific, which leads to a cleaner interface and ultimately less training time. Next, we're going to walk through the complete process to enter a new sales order, ship the order, and create an invoice. If I start a new sales order, we choose our customer, And if I have a file with their purchase order, I can drag and drop that into the header. And you can see now I have one file attached, my purchase order that I just dragged and dropped. And once I load my customer, I will also get information from CRM like contacts, addresses, and discounts. I can use the Add Stock Item option. This allows me to see historical sales for the customer. This is very helpful to customer service to upsell and cross-sell from the order screen. So if I want to look at anything purchased since April 30th, 2017 for my customer, and I want to sell them the Acer laptop, I can choose that from the list, and it adds the product to my order. If I update the quantity to 3, this automatically updates the line level discount and shows a new unit price based on the quantity break. You can also see per line item the inventory balance at the bottom of the order screen. This is real-time inventory information for the line item without navigating away from the order. So here I see my on hand for my laptop. Okay, let's save the order. We also have an option here after we save that we can see more detailed inventory information on the product based on transaction status. So for my inventory item, I can see available, sales orders, booked, allocated, shipped, and various other inventory information. If we take a look at the shipping settings tab, Acumatica has integrated carrier shipping from UPS, USPS, and FedEx, a live ping to the shipping website based on customer setup to show automatic freight calculations. Integrated shipping is an included Acumatica feature. There's no additional software or workstation needed. So I can look up rates here and it will go out and find FedEx, UPS. I can select UPS ground and it's going to create my package. So all the package details are created automatically. The shipping terms can be set up on the customer. So here you could add a shipping markup or a handling fee, and it will automatically be calculated and added to the order. Save the shipping settings. Now if we take a look at the totals tab, we can see here that the freight cost from the carrier now shows as we chose, and the freight below would also include that handling charge or markup. Acumatica also includes credit card processing from the sales order screen. The user can choose a saved card or enter a new card. If I choose Visa and my customer has one already in, this functionality is a standard feature and is PCI compliant. Authorize.net creates the token and adds it to the customer master file. The user taking the order can enter the credit card information directly on the sales order. You can also click Authorize Credit Card Payment for pre-authorization. The Capture Credit Card Payment would be for counter sales or low volume point of sale. In this option, the card is charged immediately. Acumatica can also accommodate cash, check, and wire transfer payments. Okay, so our order is completely entered. We have our shipping and payments defined. Now we can email this to the customer. The actions here can be done using automatic notifications or sent manually. Email records are then saved under Activities. So once our email is sent, we now have an activity. We can click and look at that. Here is the email, and up under Files is the actual sales order attachment that was sent. Okay, so once it's sent to the customer, then we would want to create the shipment. At this point, the order gets sent to the warehouse for processing and fulfillment in real time. Then we would print the pick list. The pick list contains barcodes that can be scanned in the warehouse. And then once the warehouse has picked and packed, they would confirm the shipment. And confirming the shipment adds the tracking number to the shipment and creates the shipping label as an attachment. So we take a look at the packages. So once we've confirmed, here we see our UPS tracking number, and the shipping label is an attachment to the line item with the yellow icon. You can see that here is the shipping label they would put on the package. There's no need to leave Acumatica to generate rates for shipping, to print labels, or to get tracking numbers. It utilizes completely integrated shipping. So once everything is printed and the item is shipped, we will prepare the invoice for this order. And that creates the customer invoice. Now we will take a look at sending an invoice to a customer. So if I load a shipment that's been sent, if we're not mailing it, if we're emailing it, we can prepare the invoice and email the invoice to the customer. And again, this creates an activity on our transaction. Then I will release the invoice. And this can be done manually or by batch from the Processes menu. Okay, so let's take a look at Processes. So under Process Shipments, we have a choice to prepare multiple invoices for a batch of shipped orders. You can email the invoices that have been prepared and also release invoices from the process screens. Releasing a transaction in Acumatica allows the journal entry to be created and to hit the GL. So let's take a look at the GL impact. Here's the invoice we just emailed. All the data from the sales order and shipment is automatically populated in the invoice. There's no need for manual re-entry. If we take a look at the Financial Details tab, you can actually drill down from the AR batch to the journal in GL. Real-time journal entries and financial management are the backbone of Acumatica ERP. Here we see our AR debit and our sales and freight credits. And that's the process of entering a sales order and following it all the way through to posting the invoice to the GL. Okay, next we're going to look at an option that Acumatica has called Advanced Fulfillment. This is a way to automate the picking, packing, and shipping processes using a standard barcode scanner. This feature allows users to scan without a keyboard using an included application. Items can be boxed in bulk or individually. Advanced fulfillment can also be integrated with a shipping scale to determine package weight. The module is designed to improve speed and accuracy of the pick, pack, and ship process. I will demonstrate an example order fulfillment using this feature. Using the pick ticket printed from the order, I can scan the picked items into shipping boxes and complete the shipment from one screen. I load the products from my order. Then I take one item and I put it into a box. Then I scan my next item and put it in a box. Now we can look on the Packages tab and you can see the items and what item is placed into each box. Box 1 has my computer and box 2 has my Legos. So once everything is completed, I can scan to complete my shipment. So if I go back and now look at my shipment for the order, we can take a look here. The packages have automatically been assigned to this shipment for the order. These are the ones that we just packed and confirmed. And in shipping settings, we can see the freight cost. We can see that our shipment is now confirmed. The advanced fulfillment feature can greatly reduce time spent preparing and shipping orders. It may be a good option for your company. Okay, to close, I'm going to review drop shipments. Similar to the order process I have already reviewed, Acumatica easily handles drop ship orders to customers. I will show you the process flow from the sales order to creating the purchase order. Then we will review creating the purchase receipt and shipment to the customer. Again, we'll create a new sales order. And we'll add a line item. They want to order 1. And then we will mark this for PO. We'll also choose our PO source as drop ship. The purchase to order is used for special order products that would be received into your warehouse, then shipped separately to the customer. I choose drop ship and save. Then I have under actions the option to create purchase order. If I click that, it will create the purchase order. It will take me to the purchase order screen, and I can click on my line item that I want to create the PO for, my dropship item, and click process. And that will create and take us to the purchase order screen. If I'm ready to issue my PO, I can take a look at the shipping instructions and see that my customer information is what is included here for the drop ship instead of our warehouse. And when my PO is ready, I will email the PO to the vendor. Again, emailing this PO will create an activity on my transaction. When we receive the vendor invoice, then we would come back into our PO and enter a PO receipt. We're not actually receiving the goods, but this is how we put in the invoice. So on our purchase receipts is where we can enter the invoice number. And by having this create bill checked, it will automatically create that vendor invoice in AP. Once my invoice number, I can release this, and that will create the AP invoice and post it to the GL. Okay, and from our receipt screen, we can navigate back to our dropship sales order by going through to View PO, and then View Sales Order Demand. And we can see in our sales order that our status is now completed. Okay, if we go back to our receipt screen, we can see under inquiries that we can view the AP document. This will take us to the AP invoice that was created, and there we can see the GL journal associated with it. Here in our journal, we see that AP has a credit amount and a debit goes to inventory purchase accrual. Okay, at the time that the vendor invoice is received, we can also process the shipment to the customer within Acumatica, as they've already received the goods directly from our vendor. So if we look at process shipments, and we have a choice to prepare drop ship invoice, and we can see that that has been receipted in the PO, on the PO receipt. And we can select our shipment and process. Okay, so if we go back and take a look at our original sales order, we can see that the AR invoice is created. We can navigate to our invoice. And we can release the invoice. Within our invoice, we can take a look at the Financial Details tab where we can drill into the AR batch. In the AR journal, we'll see that we have a debit to AR and a discount and a credit to sales revenue. We can also view the inventory journal transaction by switching to inventory. And here we see that our inventory purchase accrual has been credited and debit to COGS inventory. In closing, Acumatica is a browser-based cloud offering that can be used anywhere you can access the internet. It includes many features that enhance the user experience and are included as standard functionality. Acumatica is an ERP solution that can help you take control of your business. If you would like more information about Acumatica, please email sales@fireflybusinessgroup.com. Thank you.